being able to recover from things that are, maybe unexpected and unplanned. So if something goes wrong, you can get back to where you were as quickly and as easy as possible.
I guess being strong through adversity.
I think that being resilient is like having grace and like the ability to handle things with care.
Somebody that has to have integrity as well. I think that's a good quality in somebody that is resilient, has great integrity.
To me, it's the ability to snap back after a setback, get yourself back on track.
Resilience is pretty much just, staying power, ability to bounce back when you have problems, determination.
Resiliency is being strong, being able to overcome adversity, and being fearless. To me,
They refuse to quit. They refuse to give up. When things are looking down, they always find a way to bounce back up. Definitely fighters.
someone who's resilient is someone who is unfazed by something that might be hard to them.
Be optimistic. Even when maybe a lot of people wouldn't, they would tend to be optimistic.
I think a positive attitude helps a lot.
Optimistic.
Yeah,
ready to
attitude.
Try it again.
Yeah, ready to, like I say, bounce back and get themselves back on the track.
I think the ability to get knocked down and get back up. We all experience our ups and downs.
Well, in school they make you watch videos on grit. Even though students may not come from the best backgrounds, but they really want something and they really want to get it done. So they'll even if they fail, they'll keep trying and they'll keep trying. And I feel like that can be acquired. I feel like it would be hard to acquire it though.
How do I build those traits? Oh wow. I was just plugging my meter.
I think it's easier if you learn it as a child. I think it's harder as an adult to learn to be resilient.
Yeah, I think good attention to health and personal wellness can definitely, you can intervene on your own behalf and make yourself more resilient. Absolutely, I do.
Having a center, a place where you can kind of go back to retreat to the familiarity of who you are, and really drawing from that is a good way to be resilient, I think.
Probably just as life goes on, you get more resilient because you have to go through more things. I don't think there's one certain way to become more resilient other than having to go through hardships to become more resilient.
I think of my grandma when I think of resiliency, and she is someone who has experienced a lot and still goes through life with a positive attitude and the ability to treat others with kindness even though they may not have treated her with kindness. So
that's a great characteristic.
Compassionate and kind.
To keep on persisting and working for your dreams, and sometimes along the way you might have to change the road, switch it up, or just multiply and do more things, take on a bigger workload.
And I think having kids, that makes you resilient because things aren't going to happen the way you plan them for the day, and then you start over
true.
And come back and do it again.
Nothing like having kids to teach you that you've got to go with the flow.
Yeah, absolutely.
I play volleyball, and I redshirted this year, so I had to be resilient and patient to be able to play for next year, because when you redshirt, you don't get to play. So I was resilient and having to wait for my turn. So
Just going to college, I graduated BSU, and I definitely not the sharpest tool in the shed. So for me, that was a challenge, and it was something I had to work at and had to study and had to put a lot of time and effort in, but I was able to finish.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Back in 5th grade, I tried out for a club soccer team, and I didn't make it. So I spent the whole year practicing and getting my foot skills better, so I could make the team. And then I made it 6th grade.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a long time ago, but I got sent to Vietnam, and that wasn't a pleasant experience, but it taught me a lot. And then, when I got back, I was able to get my life back on what I thought it was supposed to be.
But when bad things happen, it can either destroy you or make you better, and you have to not get so consumed by what's wrong that you forget about all the things that are going right at the same time.
So a different family member, but still a grandparent. My grandpa, when he was 14 years old, he decided to leave Mexico and come to the United States on his own. And he was deported like 4 times in one day, like twice by the same officer. And I think that he was resilient and was determined to create his own future and mold himself through experiences that would have been really hard to take on at 14. And like being resilient in a sense of like determination and such.
I went blind 10 years ago, and I was ticked off about it, angry. And so, I had to adapt, had to be optimistic, and it wasn't an overnight thing. It was a long process. And so actually I used those very things. I used my faith, I used my family, and I used the ATC to help me build skills to actually help become more resilient, more up to, maybe come to more of the acceptance process. So that'll be one example.